last night or today. I didn't want to worry you unnecessarily about something I assumed had already been told.
Don't lie.
Lie?
Well, haven't you?
I've told you the truth.
Have you? Isn't this the truth? That even you suspect me?
Yes. Yes, it is. No, she's not really here at present. By not really, I mean you have to be content with giving me a message for her. No, not tonight, tomorrow. And not there. Here. Just one minute. I take this as it is a matter of purely business routine. Yeah. Well, that was Richard Lloyd. Some query from the auditors about the casino accounts. I said you'd see him tomorrow towards noon. That's Richard Lloyd, not the auditor. Barbara, shouldn't you be receiving our guests?
They rang to say they'd be half an hour late.
Does he know about the letter?
No, I'm quite sure he doesn't want to see you about that.
Yes, of course he knows. It's not the girl, it's him. He's pushing her into doing these things. No, don't go. You know about the letter, don't you? Has it made you suspect me too?
Yeah, it makes me feel that you should consult your solicitor rather than me or David.
No, please don't go. You obviously came in here to do something. Please do it. I was leaving anyway.
She asked you for a friendly word, a helpful word. Couldn't you find any?
Did you?
Hello, Crossroads.
Miss Sharon,
yeah,
can I use soap?
Hang on a minute, I'll just see if she's busy. Hang on. It's Mr. Sheldon for you.
Oh, Mr. Sheldon, I can do without.
He's a lovely fella.
Soap?
Yeah.
Mr. Sheldon, certainly. Yeah, well, it's going to be next week at the earliest. Yes, rushed off our feet. First thing Monday morning, yes, that's fine. Right you are. Our pleasure. Bye-bye. Well, there's a nice little job for somebody.
Well, I went last time.
Sydney?
Oh, not over to Trasker's Common.
You could take a picnic.
It's not a joke.
Be a morning written off going over there and coming back.
We've always done it as part of the service.
Yeah, well, can't he get someone else?
What, out there?
Back of beyond.
Someone near, there must be.
But we are the chosen, Sydney, so we oblige. Get Mavis to cut you some sandwiches, and I'll throw in a couple of tins of beer. You'll have a ball. Soap.
Soap.
Soap?
Oh, yeah, for, you know, rubbing down.
Oh, soap.
Yeah,
oh, soap.
to make it come up like glass.
Come on. What you do is you save that for the vintage.
Liberty.
We'll clear the cobwebs from your brain, you know, mate.
Yeah, why can't he bring it over himself? That's what I want to know.
Because he's a busy fella. He can't spare the time.
Well, what about us?
Well, if he comes, he's going to be hanging around all day while we do the servicing.
A waste of time. There's no profit in it. Over, back, 4 times. It's not on.
You can always take your kit there.
Hey, hang on. Wait a minute. There's a germ of an idea there.
I hope it's not catching.
No, really, I'm serious. Listen. Take the kit over there and do it.
If you don't mind being in a farmyard, suck up to your eyes, innit?
Yeah, well, not this job. I mean, for future jobs, right? We can go over there, set things up. It might be just what we three are looking for, eh?
I'm not with you, sir.
Look, Mr. Sheldon is one of hundreds of people, okay? Within a radius of about 30 miles, self-employed, gotta have a car. Without a car, they're lost, right? So, we offer them a service, okay? Exclusively for them. Going over there and doing it.
You mean all of us?
Well, depends.
Well, that'd be good, that would, wouldn't it? You know, travelling round.
Yeah, what we need really is a good mobile workshop. Not a cowboy outfit, right? The real McCoy. With everything. Jacks, lifts, all the oils, electronics, the lot.
What do we do about a van?
Well, I'll go down the auction. It'll cost us, but still, we can do the work ourselves, can't we?
Then there's advertising.
Oh, well, local press, direct.
Oh, look at all costs, man.
Yeah, but I've got my money, and you'll have some money when you sell the house. And...
I'll do the graft, that's all I got.
Well, it's all right.
Except, of course, we'll need a phone. We can't use this phone. But Mavis is home all day just twiddling her thumbs, right? We can get her to do it, right? Answer the phone. And the beauty of it is, they don't have to see her.
That's rude, that is.
No, it's only a joke. I mean, she spreads gloom, though, doesn't she? Gloom everywhere. We don't want gloom in this, okay? So, is it on, boys, or is it back to dreaming?
Tell him I suggest 2 aspirins before he reads it.
What?
You have got cases in your car.
You are a very observant young lady.
You're not going?
No, I'm moving in here.
What's wrong with the house?
Well, it's a bit like a morgue, you know. There's dust sheets over everything, and I make a mess. I have to be tidied up after. And the agents have got people coming in and out, so I thought I'll clear the pitch and move in here. Well, it's as good a place as any, isn't it?
I should think so, yes.
Good afternoon. What can I do for you?
Oh, David, has my solicitor been on the phone to you?
3 times, to be precise.
Good. So when's the meeting?
Half an hour.
OK, that'll give me time to settle in. You do have a chalet for an old and trusted friend, I hope?
Oh, I imagine we can find something.
Right, I've got to get back to work, so if you'll excuse me.
I may tap you for dinner tonight.
Oh, don't count on being too lucky, will you?
Great girl there.
Quite.
Great sense of humour. Now, look, David, I want to get this all knocked off properly. There are no snags, are there?
Not that I can see. All right, Susan, I'll deal with Mr. Lamont.
So it's just a matter of autographs and then we can leave the legal boys to it?
That's right.
Good. Now, what I would like to do to set the seal on this little deal is for you to have lunch with me. Can you manage that?
Well, yes, thanks, sir.
Good. And I would like it even better if your delectable wife were to join us.
Well, I can't speak for Barbara, of course, but I'll ask her.
And I'm sure she won't deny you.
Well, that seems to be all. Yeah.
No, thanks.
I'm sorry, but I have the feeling that your mind hasn't been on our business all the way through.
No, it hasn't. It's been on you. And a letter written by Tony just before he died. You know the letter I'm talking about, don't you?
Yes.
Did his daughter tell you?
Yes.
Well, why didn't you mention it when you came here, what, 2 hours ago?
Because the girl told me that she'd shown it to you, what, 22 hours ago?
That's no answer.
The letter concerned you, not me. The business was yours, not mine.
Since when have you confined your curiosity to your own business?
You know, I do believe that you're frightened, Mrs. Hamilton. Frightened because you know that Tony wrote a letter to his daughter saying that he was cutting you out of the will. Frightened another more formal letter exists, attested and legal, putting me into it. In short, putting me in control of the casino to run it for his daughter and stipulating that I should dismiss you.
And going through Tony's papers, you found such a document.
I didn't look for one, and none turned up. I didn't look for one because I knew how often you and Tony rowed. Or when he was drunk, which was frequently, he more than once told me that he was finishing with you and that I should take over management the next morning. When the next morning came, by no means to my surprise, there you'd be in the office quite as usual and he'd be beaming away, enjoying a reconciliation.
Why are you putting my defense for me?
I don't hold the past against you. I have no right to do so.
I hold it against you.
Oh, go ahead. But don't invite me to retaliate. Particularly when you know that I am in no doubt that you lied to the coroner at the inquest. And even so, I helped you cover up that lie.
All you know is that when I took out the company car, Tony was alive, and when I got back, he was dead.
No, I don't know that, Mrs. Hamilton. Nobody does except yourself. If it is so. But then if I'd known it was so, why should I have felt the need to help you cover up?
When you persuaded me to sign out that company car, were you helping me cover up? Or were you planting evidence that I had covered up?
No need. I know that you're guilty of something, Mrs. Hamilton.
Say it.
Guilty of killing Tony.
Well...
Yes, well, despite your self-control, I can see that you're about to go over the edge. Now, understand this, and sleep better of nights. Should you ever be charged with Tony's death, I'd be the best witness in your defense. Indeed, the only one. Just reflect on how much you need to depend on me, Mrs. Hamilton. Whether you're guilty or not. Good afternoon.
Ah, Mrs. Brownlow, I've been trying to get a word with you all day. When can we expect Glenda back on duty?
Well, I told you I'm not sure. She has to go away.
So you said. I'm only interested in her return.
Well, it's family business. It shouldn't take more than a day or two. A week.
A day,
most.
a week, how about a year? I'm sorry it won't do, Mrs. Brownlow. Unless she returns to her duties tomorrow morning, she'll have to go.
Mr. Paul, the girls are covering for...
Indeed they are, and it's a state of affairs I cannot possibly allow to continue. If she doesn't resume her duties tomorrow morning, she'll get the sack.
But couldn't you give her just a couple more days?
No, impossible. I have given her too many chances in the past. Her behavior has never been up to my standards. This is the last straw. Tell her from me, Mrs. Brownlow, she is sacked.
Mr. Hunter, do you think you could possibly go and see Mrs. Hamilton? She phoned through to the restaurant, but you weren't there.
She rang there from where?
Oh, her chalet.
Thank you, Dad. Excuse me.
Yeah, be my guest. I will take great pleasure in looking after Barbara.
Thank you. And thank you for an excellent lunch.
Don't thank me, I only paid for it.
Yes.
Listen,
What?
I thought I heard a pin drop.
You said you'd get me a brandy.
You're quite right. Could I have 2 large brandies, please? Tell me, does David often have to visit the guests in their chalets?
She's not a guest. She's staff. Temporary.
Oh, well, that's all right then. Very slow service.
Obviously not as nimble as your mind. Do you never feel you should restrain it from jumping to the wrong conclusion?
Paul,
Gina,
could you rustle up coffee for me, please?
in a moment. Richard Lord's been to see Kate Hamilton again, did you know?
Not until I spotted him in the bar.
With her?
No,
You think he needled her about that letter?
no doubt.
I'm not altogether sure you've been discreet about that letter, Gina.
I should have been discreet.
When you came here, you told me it was to see what sort of woman Mrs. Hamilton was. But
No, Paul, I simply came to stay while attending the inquest. It was only when I realized that she worked here that I took my chance of inspecting her without her knowing.
even so, you've gone on to do rather more than that. You know, it alarms me in a strange way. You now seem determined to prove to the whole world that she killed your father.
Well, if she did, I should. Why does it alarm you?
Me? David Hunter, Richard Lloyd, Kate Hamilton herself. You rather brandish that letter on a grand scale.
I repeat, why does it alarm you?
Because it disconcerts me to find myself liking a warm-hearted girl who can display so much more cool determination than I can myself.
Richard, have you been with Kate Hamilton?
A working lunch that wasn't eaten.
And how did you leave her?
Unsettled. David Hunter's galloped to the rescue.
When it comes to determination, Paul, I think we can both learn a lesson from that one.
It pleases me to observe that you dislike him.
Well, then you need lessons in observing women. It's the cold ones that catch the warm ones.
What's all this?
Board meeting, isn't it? You can't have a board meeting without pads. You got a pen?
Oh, I got a bit of a pencil. Look, I ain't got to do no writing, have I?
Well, we'll just see how we go on. Okay, this board meeting is here now open, right? First on the agenda, rough costings.
Why rough?
Well, just as a guide. I mean, we've got to make sure right from the start just how much money we're going to lay out, right?
Well, it's all been his money.
Oh, it's all right. You can have all of it, honest.
Now, hang about. What we don't want and what we're not going to have is people saying we're taking advantage. Okay, so we may be using your money for starters, but I want it entered in here and now, right? That all the money it's going to cost to get this baby off the ground, we are going to have on paper split 3 ways. And me and Mac are going to pay it back out of profits.
Great.
Yeah.
We are going to sign to that effect.
Well, no problem. All official, above board, everyone protected. Agreed?
Right.
Okay, well, raise your hands then. Well, this is formal. Come on, it's official. Raise your hand. Okay? Right, passed unanimously.
What do we do about a van?
Well, I'll have to go down the auction, won't I? It's going to cost us about 2 or 3 grand, you know that, don't you? But we don't want any rubbish, right? It'll cost us about $1 grand to fit it out anyway, properly.
Yeah, we got most of our own tools and we can use those.
Granted, but what about the sign writing there?
The what?
Well, we've got to have a sign written on the van, haven't we? Sort of trademark, you know, something flashy, you know, something that catches the eye. Bessemer. Bessemer.
I never heard of that.
Well, neither has anyone else, but that's the idea, isn't it? Sounds good, though, doesn't it?
Well, what's it made?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, it's B for Benny and SI for Sid.
And MA for Mac.
For Mac. Passive, man.
That's good, that is. Yeah.
Well, get your hands up, come on.
Oh, yeah.
OK, now then. First thing tomorrow, get on the blower, right? Fix up these adverts for the press.
Yeah, when are we going to put the name on the van?
We haven't even bought the van yet, then.
Hello.
Hello.
What's going on?
We're making company, 3 of us.
Well,
we're thinking about it.
A company?
Yeah, and we're going to have on the side Bess... What was it?
What are you on about?
Well, it's just a little idea, that's all.
Oh, then I'd like to hear more.
It's early days yet.
Oh, even so.
Well, it's servicing cars at people's home.
Oh, I see. And is there a call for that sort of thing round here?
In the wilds, there is.
Oh, and you 3 are all going to set it up.
That's the idea.
Whose idea?
Yours truly. Sparked off by my genius friend here on the right.
And just let me guess where Benny comes in.
Listen, this is all above board. I mean, it's got great potential. You know, Betty's not going to lose a cent until we discover it's foolproof.
Well, and any roads wants to.
What does Sharon say about this?
Nothing.
She doesn't know.
And what's more, she mustn't.
No, and you're not to go telling her, or she'll spoil everything. And this is the best idea we've ever had. Put your hands up.
Sacked? Yeah, he meant it this time. He really enjoyed telling me.
Oh, well, not the end of the world, is it? Come on. Sit down and enjoy your sherry.
She was so happy at that hotel, Arthur. It's like a second home to her. Well, until he came.
Yeah, well, you couldn't expect him to keep her job open forever, not without knowing something definite.
No. Where's Kevin?
Oh, he's gone over to the Townsends. He felt that he couldn't keep him on a string any longer.
Oh, that nice little house.
Ah, pity.
Never find another one. Well, not one they can afford, anyway, at that price.
Feel sorry for him. Knocked him sideways, this has.
Well, you didn't show him so much sympathy when she left.
Well, I thought he was being stubborn. Stubborn and selfish. Well, I still do, come to that. Hello? Hey? Speak up, will you? I can't quite... Who? Oh, Rose. It's your sister. Yes, she's here.
Hello, Rose. Yeah? What? Oh, thank God. She's there. Glenda's in London with Rose. Oh, yeah, I'm listening. Oh, put her on, will you, Rose? Oh, Glenda, love, we've been imagining all sorts. Are you all right? Yeah. Yes, I do understand that, love. But you see, we didn't know what was happening. What had happened to you. You sure you're all right? Look, Kevin isn't here at the minute. Have you got a message for him? Oh. You're all right, love. Yes, I promise.
Let me speak to her.
Glenda, your father's here.
Ah, when are you coming home? I see. Oh, well, you must do as you think fit, but don't leave us so long next time. There's a good girl. Take care now.
Oh, she's all right, Arthur. Thank God.
She's all right, and all you can do is cry.